Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 13th of March. My name's Phillip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And Gary, I don't know about you, but you look remarkably familiar to the way you looked this time last week.
Well, look, I didn't want to say anything because I don't think that hygiene should be a big issue in real estate, Phil, but I don't think you've been changed since last time we had the GPTV. Either you wore the same suit or you're just running out, which is unusual for you, a man with many suits. How many you got?
I think I like to sit at 30.
Hey, talking about hygiene, do you reckon if one of our team had bad breath, we should tell them?
Well,
it's a good question,
it's
you know.
Funny that, and maybe some viewer feedback on this, because breath is an issue that whether we be talking about personal in one's personal life or in one's professional life.
Like if you had a
interesting that you've raised the question. Is there a reason you've raised it?
No, it's not.
Is there a reason that you've raised the question?
No, I must say on this occasion your breath's okay, Phil, but it's just one of those boundaries. You know, where do you cross? Because you could say to one of your salespeople, look, like something's not smelling so right about you today. And what happens there? Is it all of a sudden you're on charges? Is it inappropriate? Is it right? Are we close enough? I think I'd like some feedback on this.
This is completely unrehearsed.
Well, everything is that we talk about.
Of course, everything's unrehearsed. Yeah, but it was just last weekend that I took a salesperson over to the car.
Yeah, I've got to find out if it's the same one later.
Right, and I went to the car. I said, "Come over here." And I went to the car and I just got a packet of mints. And I said, "Hold out your hand." And I put some mints in his hand and I said, "I suggest that you get some mints always in the car." And that was enough. I thought I delivered it gently. And I very much doubt, viewers, whether I would have any problem with that from an HR point of view.
Well, I've got the legal letter at the moment and the claim is for $2 million. It's loss of enjoyment of life. It's impotency, Phillip. They're going. That's it. That's finished. It's all over. So there's a massive lawsuit against us from that age. That's not true. No, but I think it's... I've got you worried.
That's one thing that I live in fear of. I live in fear of
and I give you mint sometimes, and every time I give you a mint, you look at me like, do I stink? And I'm saying, no, it's just
a mint.
Exactly right, but it's good. Anyway, we're talking about nothing, because this is a show about nothing, much like Seinfeld.
What a stupid way to introduce a real estate show.
It's like Seinfeld, it's a show about nothing. It's just that no one really watches it. That's the only difference between us and Seinfeld, and we get no money for it. Phil,
Gary, we're well and truly...
Long weekend's gone.
Yeah. But
how was it for you?
Did you
have a good break?
I had a lovely break, thank you.
Excellent. You deserved it.
In fact, I saw you on my lovely break.
You did,
so
I know.
Was that one of those trick questions where you were wanting to see whether I enjoyed your company?
Yeah, I did want to. Don't ask me about it, how it was for me.
Gary, just for the record and just while the viewers are watching, there's never a moment that I don't enjoy your company.
Isn't that lovely? It's very kind of you, Phil. I'm going to say,
you have a strange,
I'd like to say the same thing.
You have a strange sense of charisma.
Strange sense, kind of warped hidden. Look, we got 20 auctions in 11 suburbs count this weekend, Phil, and there's a lot happening. And of course, the long weekend's interesting, isn't it? Because there's no auctions, but there's always people around.
Hang on a second. There are auctions, and there are many companies that do auctions.
No, not many.
We choose not to have auctions on a long weekend.
We did a few years ago. We had a few, but there's always that risk, isn't there? Correct. And that's why we just decide, for our vendors, if they want it, they can have it. We're working anyway, but I just think it's better not to.
So viewers, from a real estate perspective, it's game on over long weekends, as it is over Easter, by the way. But we tend not to auction over the long weekends, but the properties are always open. And if you think about it...
We're working anyway.
You think about it, I reckon 90% of people at any given weekend are in Melbourne, but 10% go away. Having said that, if you were selling a house at the very top end of the market, you wouldn't do it in the middle of June, because those people that own properties at the very top end of the market will probably be going away over the winter school holidays.
Over the school holidays in June, I'd agree.
Yep.
Mind you, there's some great results in June as well. Phillip,
I'm just talking about the June school holidays.
That's right. You're right.
Or the Queen's birthday weekend.
Yeah, Queen's birthday weekend, not going to... Your birthday's on the Queen's birthday weekend.
Just speaking about the Queen's birthday.
What is it that's in common with you and the Queen that you have your birthday at the same time?
When she is no longer with us, and may she live a long and happy life. I mean, she's already lived a long and happy life.
Her mum does too. She's got good genes, that Queen.
But will there still be a Queen's birthday weekend? What will they do?
Talking about Queens, I reckon the Mardi Gras in Sydney was fantastic. I would love to go to Mardi Gras. We should have a float.
A Gary Peer float.
I reckon. Look, they had Cher there this year. I look at it on television. I think I would love to be there.
I saw Cher walking around. Now, how old?
Can you go there?
How old would Cher be?
She would have to be, I don't know, 70.
She's in her 70s.
Yeah, and she still looks unbelievable.
Do you know, this is a true story. going back about 20 years ago.
She tried to come on to you at a nightclub or something. Is that what you're going to tell me?
No.
No, okay.
No, although if I had have been in the same nightclub as Cher, there's no question.
She couldn't help. She's
she
only
would
human.
She would have found me strangely attractive. But Cher,
Very strangely.
Cher, this is true.
If at all.
This is true. About 20 years ago, at the start of the whole beauty epidemic, and it is an epidemic, this whole beauty thing, right? She actually had 2 ribs extracted from her rib cage because that was going to give her a better, more concave look to her stomach.
Well, she might have gone to Squire's Loft.
Don't you reckon that's extreme?
That's right. Well, that's spare ribs, isn't it? Isn't that a dish?
It's a ridiculous thing.
But that is really extreme.
But isn't that extreme? And anyway, there she was walking around the Mardi Gras. And if you didn't look at her closely, you would have thought that she was a woman in her 30s.
Yeah, she looks good, sure. She's been going a long time. Phil, can we talk about these 20 auctions that live in suburbs, or do we need to keep going on about things like the Oscars curse? You know, like people, there was an article in the paper a couple of weeks ago, you win an Oscar and that's it, you're cursed. Sure, won an Oscar, see you later, gone. Mira Sorvino won an Oscar, goodbye, gone.
Who? Mira who?
Mira Sorvino, the one that Harvey Weinstein, anyway, trouble. But and the other one was the guy from The Pianist. What's his name? The Adrian Brody won an Oscar. See you later.
Having said that, that guy, I've just finished watching the Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
Did you ever watch Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, it's best.
Well, he was in. Have you watched the last series?
I think so.
Well, he's one of the star actors.
Yeah, I've seen it. I love it. Love the
and
Peaky
he
Blinders.
is seriously crazy in the Peaky. The Peaky Blinders. If you want to watch a great Netflix show, the Peaky Blinders, and viewers, while I'm on the subject of Netflix,
nothing about real estate here.
I've just finished watching
nonsense.
the
One
most
weekend off,
incredible
loses the plot.
The most incredible series called The Spin.
Yeah, tell me
it's a French series, subtitles. So if you don't like subtitles, you've got a problem. Or if you speak French, you don't have a problem. Yeah. But it is unbelievable.
And given our show is so conversational now, Philip, and it's getting more like, what's the show with all the ladies on it that they talk with?
With Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, giving us a bit like that now.
Yeah.
Look, if you've got a great series for us to watch, because he gets bored and does nothing much at night, he just comes home, has dinner, watches the series, goes to sleep, unlike me, which is my night starts when he goes to sleep. But if you've got a good mini-series, just send it in to us.
I'm looking for a new mini-series.
Put it on ideas of Gary Pearce.
Just about all of them.
GaryPearce.com.au, ideas that. Philip, and you even watched the one with all the funny people. What's it called? That one that you said that everybody watches, Game of Thrones.
Do you know what? This is getting ridiculous. Game of Thrones was amazing. But speaking of amazing, I'm going to just jump in and talk about where we're sitting at the moment, Gary.
Okay, go on.
Park Street, Elsternwick.
I'm loving the aspects here, Philip.
Gary, this is the most stunning house, viewers. And even if you've got no intention of looking to buy a house, come and have a look at this one, because this one is stunning. Park Street, first of all, what a great address. We've got the Glen Rippinley village not far from here. We've got Glen Huntly Road, Elsternwick, also within walking distance. We've got the park at the end of the street.
The Halston Park.
But this home, Gary, a Victorian facade, but behind the facade is the most beautifully and fastidiously renovated home, with 3 gorgeous bedrooms, 2 glamorous bathrooms, and then this back room. This back room, Gary, is one of the best back rooms that I have ever seen. And we're sitting here, Gary, with those wraparound concertina doors opened up onto the west and northwest facing.
Perfectly sun-oriented, Philip.
Al fresco area. Yep. This home is one of the best of its type we've ever had.
And I've got to say that our vendors are interstate vendors, but they are GPTV watchers. So a massive shout out to our vendors. Thank you for watching the show. We were wondering who was watching it. We found out that it's you, so we're delighted to be representing you. And I live within 100 houses from here, so I've got to say to you that, this is my hood. I couldn't be more excited to live in this area. So personally speaking, from my personal situation, not as an agent, come to this part of town.
Basically what Gary said, if you buy this house, we will give you Gary's address and the code to his front door, and any time you want to drop in, you're very welcome to do so.
Take the keys, whatever you like.
Let's talk about what's coming up this weekend, Gary.
Just take the mortgage payments with it. Philip, we've got 20 auctions over 11 suburbs. It is a thumper of a weekend. We start off with not double, not triple, but quadruple auction action on Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. And Philip, we've had a lot of people going through this home in Cheltenham. And if you didn't think we sell in Cheltenham, viewers, think again, because
How many
we love it.
houses do you reckon we've sold in Cheltenham now? I reckon it's well into double figures, if not
Thousands,
triple figures.
hundreds, but
it's
maybe
not.
a few.
It's not triple figures
sold
either.
a few.
But we've sold a lot.
We've sold plenty.
Court Comfort by the Bay, Gary. Coleman Court, home number 1 at 2 Coleman Court, Cheltenham, is a beautiful home of 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, gorgeous garden areas, a stunning kitchen, polished timber floorboards. That really is a gorgeous home. Very happy to be having
It sure
that one.
is. Simon Rodolnik's auctioning. Lamore's given it the whole Bayside approach, given that she's down the Bayside, Phil. We're excited about that, and we're excited about Glen Orme Avenue. We're there a couple of times on Saturday. Firstly, Lee or Samuel there at 10:30 with Graham.
Gary, what a beautiful home. This is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a double lock-up garage. It's in impeccable condition throughout, a beautiful home, and we really love that part of Mckinnon.
We sure do. Phil, you open your auction account on Saturday at 10:30 in Sycamore Street in Caulfield South. Take us through this property.
Good-looking home here, Gary. I've got to love those dark, sort of chocolatey, black floors. It's very, very dramatic. This is 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking, some really striking features. It's a gorgeous home.
Our next 10:30 auction on Saturday morning, Phillip, is in View Street, Highett. We're doing that whole Bayside thing. We've got Highett, we've got Cheltenham, we've got it all going on. Take us through
Gary,
this property.
how much is Highett and that whole area, Highett, Mentone,
Have
kicked
you
on?
seen the cafes around there, Phil? It is happening.
Gary, have you
in a
seen the
big way.
development that's going on?
I have indeed. It's very exciting.
Highett is really a growth suburb.
there's 2 good
on steroids. This is a beautiful home, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and a lock-up garage, parking in front for a second or a third car. That is really part of the Highett boom, and it's a great property.
A couple of great farmers markets around there as well, Phil, if you're
Oh,
interested.
the old farmers market. We might get you to do a live GPT
I'd like to do that.
cross to a farmers market.
Yeah, why don't we do that? We can interview the people that are there, the stallholders. In my first auction on Saturday morning, Phillip, is at 11:30, and the auction is in Mckinnon, in Glen Orme Avenue, Mckinnon number 2A. Now, this is built, Phillip, by, of course, those wonderful builders at Omnicom, and they build some of the most exclusive and best homes in Victoria.
Gary,
This is
it's a building company that's been going for decades,
Yeah.
even though both the directors of that company seem quite young.
Youthful they are,
but
and
this
vibrant.
is terrific. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, and the whole McKinnon's going off, Gary.
It is going off in the most positive way. I mean, if you said years ago going off, you'd think, oh,
Yeah,
like,
old
like that
cheese.
breath, or
Yeah.
but it's not going off in that
Socks.
way.
Going off, of course, is a hip word
Going
for
off in a big way.
yeah, very exciting.
Anyway, you've got a luxury build you want to do, go down to Omnicom, see them, or come to our auction. 11:37 Park Street, Elsternwick, Phillip. We're going to be up on the corner on Saturday, just up on the corner, just a few doors up from here, Phil, at 11:30 a.m.
Gary,
Simon Rodolnik
a
auction.
fabulous development. We've had the pleasure of selling that entire development out. This is apartment number 113. It's 2.5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a secure basement lock-up garage. That is a quality development, done really well. Very happy to have it.
Jeremy Rosen's actually auctioneer for that fund. Phillip, we've only got one auction at 12:30. You and I joined forces at 11 Russell Street. This is a spectacular house. So excited to be marketing this one. Take us through this beautiful modern masterpiece.
Well, Gary, as I sit here on the couch flicking through the brochure, what a stunning home. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double lock-up garage. That is just, it's beautiful. I mean, every page of this brochure, Gary, I'm turning is stunning. Can't wait to see it.
Sometimes I think, Phillip, we are not worthy for some of the beautiful homes that we sell. I just can't believe
Don't
that we get
ever
to sell.
admit that publicly,
Well, I just
Gary.
think so.
That's a
You know,
stupid thing to
sometimes
admit
I think I
publicly.
just can't believe we're blessed. We are blessed. I
Yeah.
guess it's a statement about gratitude and humility, Phillip.
Gary,
not about lack of talent.
of which gratitude and humility we have an abundance.
We do, Phillip, and we don't have an abundance of homes like this, and nor does anybody else, because this is in Beaconsfield Parade, Phil. Unit 1 at 267 Beaconsfield Parade, Middlepark. What a wonderful address and property.
Gary, this is to use an old cliche, often sought and seldom found.
it's a beauty, that one.
2.5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a car space, a lock-up garage, and a courtyard. Kind of just step out of that property and onto the beach.
Phil, 7 Daniel Crescent has been so well received. I'm looking forward to being the auctioneer for that. It's quite a unique property, Phillip. It's kind of been a bit tricky to evaluate too, and we may well have to review our appraisal upwards because of the interest that's been shown in this incredible property. Take us through this.
Well,
Phil.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. bathroom and a lock-up garage. And yes, this one has been attracting a lot of attention, so should go well. Yeah, good luck to who's auctioning that?
I'm auctioning that one. It's kind of on its
Get the
own
easy
along a
jobs,
driveway.
don't you?
I get the good jobs, Philip, but I'm deserving, Philip. You get the jobs you deserve in life. That's what I find, Phil. 9 at 7, Kooyong Road. Jeremy Rosen's looking forward to this one.
Gary, that's a single-storey villa, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. It's a carport. Look, we know this block very well. We must have sold it all, the entire
turned it
building
over a few
twice,
times,
I reckon. And people that have bought into that building have always done well. It's so well located. You're really on the doorstep of Glen Road and High Street and all the cafes and shops. Really is a stunning property.
2:30 on Saturday, Philip. We're all exhausted. We need a break. Let's have some coffee or some lunch for an hour and go back to work at 3:30 for the curtain closer, Philip. That is 1 at 53 Teak Street that you have the auction honour of representing.
Gary, this is a front villa, one of only 2, and it is the front, so you've got a courtyard at the front, you've got a courtyard at the back. It's single story, it's 3 bedrooms with a wonderful bathroom network, a single lock-up garage, a car space in front. Gary, that's exactly the sort of property the market loves because they're hard to find.
Brings it close to Saturday, and Adam Josky, he is excited, and he doesn't get excited easy, but he's excited about this one in Bealiba Road, Philip. 24B Bealiba Road opens up Sunday with a great property.
Shout out to Amnon Weber Architecture, who was the architecture firm behind this wonderful development. I think it's set a benchmark of standard for Caulfield South. It's 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. I mean, each bedroom there has got its own ensuite bathroom, so whoever buys that will be spoilt. You've also got a lock-up garage and a second car space in front, wrap-around courtyard gardens. That is a beautiful, beautiful home.
And I stole the auction honours of you, Phil, or from you, because I'm doing that auction. And at 10:30, you can just go and have a little sleep in on Sunday, because Leo Samuel has the other 10:30 auction, and that's at 170 Hawthorn Road. A great looking property, this one.
Gary, this is good. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking for a couple of cars, and a kitchen meals family room that is extensive and open plan. That is a good property, and it's kind of entry-level Caulfield really now.
It is. You can't get a look in on Sunday morning, Philip. We've got 3 more 11:30 auctions, which you're not doing any of.
I'm looking forward to the
you
sleep
can have
in.
a nice sleep. You deserve it, Philip. 4 Elmhurst Road.
Gary, I remember this property very well because it was renovated by a client of mine a number of years ago, and she did the most beautiful job to it, and I remember selling it. This is great. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking for 2 cars, massive attic storage. But that property stood the test of time because she renovated it beautifully. And check out some of the Carrara marble that's been used there. It's a really good property. And of course, Elmhurst is a wonderful, wonderful street right in the heart of the Golden Mile.
It sure is, Phil. The Samuel brothers are rolling into town on Sunday morning, Philip, for the auction of 11 Hillside Avenue. Viv and Lior working that one together. What an incredibly beautiful looking garden and property.
Well, first of all, the address is fabulous. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, lock-up garage, parking for 2 cars or more, parked off street. That is, I mean, look, the garden here is just spectacular.
Isn't it? Something
the
special.
floor plan's brilliant. This is a great home, and we love Hillside Avenue.
Jeremy Rosen's in Port Melbourne on Sunday morning, Phil. 1 at 33 Johnston Street in Port Melbourne. This looks like a great little snap purchase.
Well, Gary, check out the terrace. The terrace is just absolutely incredible. This is a great property. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. What a great place to have if you're looking for a city pied-à-terre, Gary.
Pied-à-terre, is that being pad?
That's French.
A joint?
You can look that up, but what a great property. Very exciting to have that property.
We have double auction action at 12:30, Philip. We're going to be in St Kilda, 6 at 4 Lansdowne Road. Mr. Rosen's busy boy is auctioning that one, meeting Lamore there and Nicky Jenner.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a secure car space. Lansdowne is really one of the area's just most convenient addresses. We've got the Alma Village, we've got the trams in Dandenong Road. That is a great location.
It's a beautiful, wide, tree-lined avenue it is, Phil. We are going to be auctioning next, Philip, at 12:30. We're going to be auctioning the property that we shot GPTV from last week in Latrobe Street. Not in Melbourne, but in Caulfield South.
Gary, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, car parking in front for a second car or a third car if you've got a second and third small cars. That's a great property. We love these brand new town residences, and the developers there have done the most incredible job.
Well, I've got to tell you, Phillip, 27 McHenry Street's not just any house. It used to belong to my uncle.
It did. Uncle Kurt, may he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. He was a great bloke, my uncle, and he used to own this home. And
he was a character.
He was a character, all right. And
there's a lot of people
you could write a book on him
that would know your
yes.
Uncle Kurt.
Well, he left there, and he was the first art dealer on the Gold Coast, Phillip. So it turns out to be. He was there for many, many years. A bit of an icon of the Gold Coast. He was Kurt Barry, but
he didn't have a lot of patience, did he?
No, patience wasn't his strength, but he had a lot of other strong strengths. But patience wasn't one of them, Phil.
No.
But he was pretty patient with me, I've got to say. 27 McHenry Street was a home that he put his personal touch on, Phillip, and he was quite fastidious in that sort of European perfection way. This house has kept a lot of its beautiful features from my uncle's days, but it's been improved over the years. Phil, tell us a bit about it.
Gary, it's a bit of a time machine because it was brilliant back when it was built. It was brilliant when your uncle had it, and it's brilliant today.
Sure is.
3 or 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, plenty of car parking. McHenry Street is a real secret because as it's a no-through road, you don't know about it unless you go in there.
Yep.
And it's full of really interesting homes, and it's just the most brilliantly positioned street.
We should, talk one time about people going back
talk
to...
one time.
Yeah, we should talk one time.
Your English and your grammar is just appalling.
We should talk one time about, on GPTV, we should talk about people going back to their former homes and things like that. Because I took my cousins through there, they were very emotional because they hadn't been there for 50 years.
Yeah.
And I reckon it's a good segment we should have
All
sometime.
right, we should do that,
yeah,
Gary. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Phil, we finish off we're going to do it in Eskdale Road. We finish at 2:30 on Sunday. You have the auction honours. Perhaps we've saved one of the best homes, if not the best, till last.
Gary, this has been brilliantly designed by the design hand of Ian Freeman, who did the most beautiful job here. He's been responsible for some of the best houses we've ever sold.
The other week at the Steakhouse, yeah.
Okay. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage. This is a family home at its best because you've got brilliant entertaining areas overlooking a private swimming pool. I love that house. I think that he really understands how to live brilliantly.
It's a beauty, and he's got that whole fantastic sort of open space, lots of light, look and feel about a lot of his work. So that's a big wrap, Phil. The weekend before last, I reckon 79% gave us a good feel about the market still being strong. I think, it was a bit shaky the very first week or two of auctions, but I think it's firmed up and we've got a good market again.
Do you know what? This is going to be a solid market, 2018.
Like
as we keep saying, all the economic fundamentals are right, and those fundamentals that we always look at, interest rates, pretty static, unemployment, very strong, low unemployment, rising immigration into this country. So if you're an optimist, there's plenty of reasons to be optimistic, and if you're a pessimist, get optimistic.
Exactly right. That's a big wrap on GPTV we're right from the middle of March, Phillip. It's all happened. The year's just steamrolling along. We look forward to bringing you all the news next week. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Phillip Kingston. Have a fabulous week.